provided by Matcherino. Exclamation point Matcherino in Twitch chat. Be sure to try last week's as well, which is AGOW64. Get a few bucks into the prize pool tonight for free. Just takes a few seconds of your time, guys. And as always, a huge shout out to our partner Haste, who contribute $100 into our prize pool every single week, all of which goes to our first place team. So that's it with the prize pool. Now, as we get into this match, we've got Prestige Worldwide on the defense, Banned from EHarmony on offense to get this one started. And I gotta agree with you. I'm going with Prestige Worldwide right now. The talent on the side of Banned from EHarmony, I mean, you just look at it and you're like, okay, played on a, pro organization, multiple, played in Contenders Season 0. I mean,
World Cup.
Yeah, exactly. Across the board, it's phenomenal. And I hope to see them come together here. But Prestige Worldwide is going to be another beast. Team we haven't had an AG in a while, like we had mentioned, but these guys are strong. They're 7-0 in the Overwatch Open right now. They took down teams such as, 5 exclamation points or exclamation marks spelled out among Boys Night Out and multiple other teams. So we'll see how they do here on offense. Horthick over to the Genji Hui on the Doomfist, and right away, Red Start off to a hot start as he picks up 2 for himself.
Yeah, a red hot start, man. But nonetheless,
that's a good one.
Yeah, but we did see Zergling involved with that kill pretty heavily, I would say. I mean, he was able to, help out Red Start with that one, and now he's going to be sitting there at 50% on his ult charge. Cozy looking very similar as he was healing Beast Halo from just getting completely decked by Zergling. And look at this aggression coming out over here to Zergling as he falls down onto the first floor, and they actually cover him quite well here.
And something that I kind of noticed there is that Prestige Worldwide didn't quite take a big advantage to having the high ground there. I mean, they don't really have a whole lot that needs to be there in the sense of something like a 76. I think that Zergling can do well up there. But in the end, it's Beast Halo racking up the kills for these guys. They forced them down. We saw Prestige Worldwide try to get back up to the high ground, and then just kind of things spiraled out from there. So a quick capture comes out there from the side of Banned from EHarmony, not really even having a whole lot to expend in that fight. Now they're going to be sitting on a Pulse Bomb and a Transcendence into the next fight. This time around, though, Hui ready to go with his in just a moment here. It's 5 minutes, a lot of time here on Hollywood.
They have a lot of ults in tow, too. I mean, everybody across the board did so well in that set that they were able to come away with a lot of charge. And now looking at the ultimate economy, I mean, they're looking very favorable. And Beast Halo with a great performance to start things out here on the Winston, and now putting some pressure down onto the Diva, taking him out of the fight. Addicted has already gotten a kill.
And Dragon Blade in the back, though. Can Toilet Man find anything else? No, not going to be able to come up with too much in that fight. And now they're just kind of staggering back onto the point. They forced out to use his ultimate. We did see a Primal Rage as well, but I think they just want to get some progress here with the payload. Maybe that's why they actually went ahead and used that from Beast Halo. But even so, Toilet Man now makes a change over to a Reaper. And right away, Prestige Worldwide kind of left wondering what's happened.
Yeah, and on top of that, I think a lot of this comes down to Beast Halo. I mean, I talked about him before, just in the moment when it's very impactful, he's kind of faltered a couple of times, but now when it matters the most, when they're in finals, this man is insane. He's really making the right plays. He's in the right place at the right time, putting the pressure out and creating space for the rest of his team, particularly guys like Horthick and Addicted, who are able to just go around and have that freedom of mobility to find those kills on the backline like they're doing right now.
Waiting for that Dragon Blade from Horthick. Great patience from him, able to outlast that Transcendence now. We're going to see him look for the Reaper, who pops the Wraith for him. The Sound Barrier came through from Taponzor, but isn't going to save him long enough. He is still on the hunt for Reaper. Comes through with the kill on the front end, though. They do have a Diva to sustain themselves with Taponzor. Pulse Bomb's out there. Red Start able to find a stick, finds a kill for himself, and finally some resistance being put up here from Prestige Worldwide.
We'll see them surging forward, making a good hold here. And, now it definitely falls on... I mean, it really does fall on Addicted a little bit here to make sure that they get a good start into this next fight. He has that Pulse Bomb at the ready. He does have a long history so far tonight of landing high-impact Pulse Bombs, getting double kills more often than not. And we'll have to see if maybe he can find a little potential for that here as well. Cozy already with a nice start. That's going to be the opening that was basically resting on Addicted's shoulders, so he can just kind of go ham now.
Well, there's not a whole lot to deal with this Fire Mercy, and I think I like it into this this Doomfist, but he's actually being pressured down by Beast Halo. So as I say that, they don't make much of it. They tried the Reaper, it didn't work out. They tried the Fair Mercy, doesn't work out immediately here. And I don't think that this third checkpoint is going to be a good spot for him to stick on this. We'll see if they actually want to continue with this as Zergling gets dropped. They're just feeding them the kills right now. Band from EHarmony are unstoppable at this point. 335 to work with for the final stage of this map. And now Toilet Man makes a change back to the Reaper. They can't seem to get a grip.
And they will, Orthic, contest up top now, really getting a lot of value out of that deflect and stopping them dead in their tracks. So they're going to be able to push this objective quite a long ways before any kind of fighting actually occurs. And Sapones are going to get pressured. Blade more than likely to come out after this kill, and they're actually going to pull it out first, looking for kills initially, finding the supports in the back line, looking for Zergling. Can they get the kill? He does!
He grabs a couple for himself in that fight. I think it was good movement for him to get away from the D.Va and try to focus fire down that back line of Zergling and Ponzor, and comes up with it. Now under 3 minutes, and they're down. I mean, they're past down the final stretch right now. They've been a few meters at this point. They have a lot of ultimates to still work with. They only use the Dragon Blade. They've got both defensives, which is going to be huge. Sound barrier out there for the defense into a Transcendence. Now we're going to actually see the support come out from Mac. They want to clean it up right now. They have a Meteor Strike. It's going to come up into the air here. He wants to drop it down onto the payload. Tries to find some damage onto, yeah. They should be able to get the D-Mech. They still have a Death Blossom from Toilet Man. He goes into Wraith. He's going to probably drop it right out of that. Immediately dropped by the deflect into the face here, as it looks like a Primal Rage will sustain for a moment here from Prodigy, but I just don't see it happening. Red Star Pulse Bomb onto the point here. Unable to find a kill for himself as they are trying to zig back onto this point here, but yeah, doesn't make it back in time, and they complete the map here with 2:05 in the time bank.
And that was dominance in a way that we just haven't seen from these guys in a while. I mean, Band from EHarmony is looking all the better for their pickups, and on top of that, just having an extra week to kind of practice, get some scrim blocks in. I don't know how much these guys have been able to, you know, I don't know how much time they've had to be able to mesh together and, you know, practice and get acquainted, start working on the cohesion, the synergy between the guys. Because, I mean, it seems like in just one short week, they have not only, you know, picked up two really strong players, they've also, you know, kind of looked better mechanically individually, but together they just feel so in sync. They look so good as a team right now that they're making this matchup against Prestige Worldwide, which we said before, it's probably their game to take. More than likely, it's probably going to be a close one, but this is not seeming like a close one at all. We'll have to see what happens on offense as Toilet Man brings out a Pharah, and they will pull out the Pharah Mercy. But if they get stopped here on Hollywood pretty early on, I would say before point B, then this is going to be a very different finals than I think what you and I expected.
And I think at this stage, it's tough to tell. I think this is one of those cases that we used to see a lot in the past, Curix, and we don't see so often anymore, is to where it's, you know, both teams dominate offense or both teams dominate defense. It's that kind of a close matchup, or is it just that Band from EHarmony had, you know, maybe, honestly, was it a slow start to the day, or were their opponents in the round of 8 and semifinals better than maybe I personally gave them credit for? I think this push from Prestige Worldwide is going to answer all of my questions about that here, and Band from EHarmony and what they're able to do through, you know, through the remainder of the tournament and, you know, future tournaments to come here. So we'll see if they can keep with their aggressive playstyle. Addicted on the Zarya now. Horthic back over to the Soldier 76. It's going to be into a Fire Mercy from Toilet Man. We'll have to see if he's going to be dealt with right from the start.
And it's going to be down to Horthic to try to shut him down. They don't have that Zenyatta that they would like to have against this, but they still do have Hui ready to go with that D.Va. 3 tanks on the board for these guys. Horthic under pressure, getting taken down to about half, and now they're trying to put the pressure on the Toilet Man. He's got great angles to work with here.
And they've got the high ground advantage as well. I think Prodigy's in the perfect position to be able to add a little bit of cover to Toilet Man with his barrier up top. Now, it looks like Addicted's looking for him, but this fight's kind of all over the place. They've dispersed Prestige Worldwide so well at this point to where they've cornered them back into Cafe now, and Zergling trying to help out Toilet Man up top. He's got the barrage ready to go. They've got Hui, though, in the area to kind of deal with that. So I think this is going to be a failed push and a terrific start for Band from EHarmony. They got 60 seconds off the clock from that one hold.
A lot of damage coming out from Toilet Man, but just no ability to actually find those eliminations. Zergling now going to be brought back into the fray here. Coming back over to Toilet Man. Raj again at the ready, but Horthic will try to shut him down before that happens. And if it does still come out, Louis will be there to kind of soak up a lot of that heat, as well as Beast Halo and Addicted in some cases as well.
Sound barrier's out there. Horthic gets dropped by the self-destruct. Up top, though, we do see a sound barrier coming through into that Graviton Surge, trying to negate the damage. There wasn't a whole lot of follow-up there in the first place, but it's Addicted. We've seen what he's been able to do before here. Even so, Cozy still has his ultimate ready to go. He might drop it onto Hui. Barrage up top. Toilet Man taken down. He's going to find a DMAC onto Hui, which is going to be good for the time being, but the Nano Boost is out there. It's onto Zarya. Addicted is melting them down. They should be able to hold them off for the time being. Reinforcements here for Zergling. He has a Resurrect. Does he want to bring up the Lucio? He does get the solo res now, but Horthic has the high ground now. He's got a Tactical Visor ready to go, pressured out by Prodigy on the other end, though. It's Red Start with the Pulse Bomb kill for himself, and I think the offense might have came back into this, Yurix.
This is one of those plays, actually, where, man, Cozy's got to be sitting there like, man, I wish I could have gotten the healing out to Beast Halo. He had the grenade and just kept getting body blocked by the rest of the team. Luckily, though, Addicted, who did take a lot of those heals, has not only stayed alive, but also found himself a couple of kills. They finished off, yeah, and they are able to battle them out of this objective. Great stuff from them there.
That was fantastic, man. What a turnaround coming out from the side of Band from EHarmony. Horthic with the Tactical Visor picked up a kill. They got a DMAC as well, and now they hold on to a Graviton Surge. See if Toilet Man can maybe find a special deflect maybe that could save the day. That would be pretty big, as he did make that change. And of course, Zergling made the change just a little bit ago. Self-destruct on the point as yeah, it was actually put to sleep, so he's going to be DMAC'd off of that alone. Beast Halo just added a little bit of a touch to it with that. Oh man, he actually finds the kill as he's trying to drop the beat here. So we're down to 40 seconds off of just 3 kills. Nano Boost out onto Horthic, and I think they've secured this fight once again.
Oh, I don't know about that. Toilet Man coming back, finding a kill onto Horthic. He was looking for the support kills. They're going to have enough time to actually get healthy once again, as we do see the Graviton Surge coming down, and they will not be able to do anything with it. And it looks like we will see Prestige Worldwide finally getting control of this first point. Man, that could have gone the other way easily if Horthic would have been able to find those support kills.
Absolutely crucial here. So they will complete this with a very small amount of time remaining, which, oh man, all the way in the back line, they're actually using ultimates here. They forced that one out from Beast Halo. Maybe he's going to make a change anyways to Winston. Potentially that's what they're going to go for here. That's why I dropped it. Yep, that's going to be the case. But got to remember here, X, Prestige Worldwide has significantly less time than what we saw from Band from EHarmony for the rest of the map here. And they finished with 205. So this is still going to be, hard-pressed to be able to finish this one out.
We'll see Toilet Man, who was the playmaker before, starting to put some damage in, needs to get that blade up. Now, Zergling holding on to this Transcendence, Ponzor holding on to that sound barrier as well. They have a lot of options just in case we do see some aggression coming out from Beast Halo, who is already jumping in. They're actually going to let Red Start fall. They're returning fire a little bit, though.
They pop out the self-destruct and maybe back off some of the back line here, but Hui now going to be dropped in the mech, and more than likely should just be dying across the board here from the side of Band from EHarmony. I don't see any reason for them to stick around as Addicted, just kind of sitting there. Horthic going to dive into that as well and get dropped. Looking pretty good for Prestige Worldwide. It's kind of a must-win fight at this point with only 90 seconds to go. They still hold on to both support ultimates, which is going to be crucial moving that since Horthic actually has a Tactical Visor ready to go here.
We'll see them holding on to both of those support ultimates, even still. And that Tac Visor from Horthic that you just mentioned, certainly going to come into play, especially if he can get himself with a good position, but already going to have to try to deal with Froggy there. He's going to be forced back, and now Toilet Man pulling out that blade, going to get pressured out by Horthic. He's going to find the kill.
Transcendence just not in the area there. Zergling wasn't around. Transcendence out there from both ends now as Cozy tries to sustain on the payload here. 50 seconds to go. A very long spawn here for the offense. They pretty much must come up with something at this point. They've got the numbers, but not the spawn advantage. And with kills going back and forth, going to favor here the defense. Prodigy, though, ready to go with his Primal Rage to this to sustain along with the self-destruct from as well. So maybe an opportunity nonetheless for them to try to hold on, but still they're battling their way back into this on defense here. The payload's moving. They need to stay on the point. Beast Halo is going for kills. They're not going to be able to get it. Oh man, they should have been able to at least hold on for a little bit longer given that Beast Halo had the Primal Rage.
Yeah, he was there. He was just kind of tunnel visioning the Genji down, wasn't able to make it back to the point. So gives them another opportunity. Prestige Worldwide trying to make the most of it here. Obviously, they're going to be falling under that minute mark and probably into overtime if they actually do wind up capping this out, which of course isn't good because that's going to give a lot of time for EHarmony to try to take this map away in overtime.
It's going to be big. They need to... They need to finish the map with at least 0.1 seconds left to be able to give themselves a chance. I mean, there's a lot of different scenarios at this point. I think their biggest goal right now is to just complete the map with 65 seconds to go. Not a lot of time. But even so, racking up a few kills, give themselves some ult charge moving into the next fight. Maybe they can find something with Red Start with the Pulse Bomb. They're going to move into the back. Primal Rage popped out there from Prodigy. He's in the back trying to wreak havoc, but still not able to come up with anything just yet other than Cozy's kill. And they're racking him up here. It's an opportunity for Toilet Man in the next fight with with his Dragon Blade as well.
He should definitely be able to find some stuff here. I mean, Tac Visor isn't up yet. Cozy's should be able to actually counter out a lot of that pressure, if not all of it. So they'll have to try to put some pressure onto him to make sure that they don't have to worry about that. But I doubt that they will, given the way that we're going to be seeing Cozy engaging here. Blade coming out. Cozy pulling out the Transcendence.
Due to the Dragon Blade, self-destructs out there, finds a kill onto Mac, who is coming up on a sound barrier. Tactical Visor now from Horthic. It's into the Diva defense matrix, so he's not able to find it. Too much pressure coming out there from the Tracer Genji Diva combo. They're on the payload. He's going to be taken down. Sound barrier's out here. Horthic doesn't make it back in time. Mac doesn't either. They finish. They get the time they need to make a second push. They're going to be down 2 minutes here, but man, just in the nick of time.
That's huge, though. I mean, that boop coming out from the Lucio there was a huge play to allow them to get in there. Otherwise, I think that we would have seen a stall coming out. to Ponzor really did a good job to make sure that he clutched that out for his team. Overall, though, I mean, 3 minutes versus 1 minute, definitely a lot in favor of EHarmony here. I mean, it's typically quite easy to make that hold, given the fact that it's only a minute. I mean, any kind of mistake can be punished by EHarmony here, and they could take this and flip it and allow themselves 3 full minutes to just capture 33% out. But we'll have to see if that's going to be the case or not. I mean, Toilet Man made some huge plays on that first point to be able to lock it out. Horthic, of course, was about to sweep up the supports, but Toilet Man shut that one down. Struggled a little bit on that first point the last time, but maybe they've got it figured out now. How to adapt, how to play into this composition that's coming out from not Horthic, but rather his entire team. EHarmony, 3 tanks, including Diva and Zarya there. And, I mean, they have to find some way to get through that huge front line to get to Cozy, to get to Horthic, put some pressure down as well to try to lock down these supports and find some way in 55 seconds to get this objective.
Well, they have a chance, at least. That's the big thing here for Prestige Worldwide. It took them a while to get the engine going, but, you know, they had a long break after their semifinal match, so maybe that played into it, whereas fans from EHarmony were coming off of a hot 2-0 victory in their semifinals. They're going to be pinned all the way back in the corner, as we do see that progress tick up with only 30 seconds to go. There's not much time. They've got to pull the trigger right now if they want a potential second push if they lose here, Heroics. But still, health pool is relatively similar. No one going to be able to really move in off of this, man. Sound barrier already from Mac. Dragon Blade out now from Toilet Man. Can he find anything? Not going to be the case. Prodigy comes through with the Primal Rage kill for himself, but it's going to tick down into overtime at this point. He goes out with a bang, picks up 2, but I just don't think they have the numbers. Transcendence here for Zergling. Should be able to keep him alive briefly, but that overtime going to tick down so quickly. A sound barrier out as well. Maybe an opportunity for them to get back into this.
Well, attack visor coming out right now with Horthic, is really, really low right now, so they need to put some pressure on Horthic, take him out. Toilet Man coming through with a kill yet again onto this man. Graviton coming down. They're going to find kills this time.
Oh man, great Graviton surge. Excellent follow-up from Cozy with a biotic grenade here. Zergling, the lone survivor, it's going to tick down. They don't get anything on the board, which means 33% will secure the map here for Band from EHarmony, and they've got 3 minutes to do it.
I really, really, really like the play there coming out on the defensive side from Band from EHarmony. I mean, they know that they don't have to deal at all with an Ana. I mean, Zergling has time and time again basically just offered up that Zenyatta. He's always gone for that pick. They don't have to worry about the biotic grenade. So here's what they do. They put Cozy on the Ana, something that he picks quite often, especially on defense, especially on this point, and then they just ball up, put everybody on top of Mac that they possibly can. They know that it's a minute that they need to hold out on, actually just about less because of the time it takes to actually get to the point for the attacking team. They get the biotic grenade on, they empower Mac, they let him stick to that healing. Anything that comes out that needs more healing, Cozy takes care of. Otherwise, he's looking for control, looking for sleep darts, looking for kill setups for the rest of the team. And in the meantime, because of the fact that Mac is getting that empowered level of healing from the biotic grenade, because everybody's stacking up and taking that AoE damage and just kind of trickling that healing back up, he's getting that sound barrier up quick, like we saw, and they get that early advantage. Having that sound barrier, getting aggressive right after that, starting to get those kills because they have that backup of that extra shield health. So really good stuff, really smart take on that defensive play there. And now they have 3 minutes to work with to try to get this point themselves.
They're going to put Hui on the Doomfist, Horthic over to the Genji. They're going to try to deal with a Far Mercy, and maybe we'll see them change up. Yeah, Hui, okay, over to D.Va. Maybe spots a few rockets. Maybe notices that, okay, we'll make a change over here. We don't need that triple DPS. Set up the D.Va, going to help a little bit against that Pharah, but right away, they're not going to waste any time. They've got an abundance of it, but there's no reason to sit back, and right away, trying to charge up some of that ult. Addicted in the back now, trying to deal with that Pharah up top. We'll see if Horthic actually wants to move to the 76. Could be a smart play here for trying to deal with Toilet Man.
Obviously, there's two different ways that you can deal with this threat. You can either, completely counter it out, put pressure on that Pharah Mercy, or you can just ignore it, play the ground game. It seems like that's going to be what they want to do. Allow Hui to try to just get the defense matrix up, put the pressure out. And now with Addicted and Horthic coming together for a kill onto Red Star, this is a big opening for them. They don't have to worry about the Tracer on the ground, which gives them even more opportunities now that they've found. Oh, they're just completely cleaning it up. That's it. This is it.
There's nothing unless Red Star comes through as the hero of all AGs ever with a huge pulse bomb, but not even going to be able to get it off, not in the area. That's going to be a GG as Prestige Worldwide dropping map number 1 here to Band from EHarmony. A valiant effort to try to get back into that despite a rocky start, but they're going to be down 0-1 in this best of 3 final as we head to Lijiang Tower for the second map.
Lijiang Tower is going to be a fun one too. I mean, already we've seen these DPS really doing a great job, but I think it's going to come down to the tanks. Prodigy, Beast Halo, how are they going to be able to, deal with one another? Who's going to have the upper hand there? Because now that we've been seeing a little bit more Reinhardt play, that does come into effect a lot more. Obviously, Winston versus Winston, there's a lot to be said there, but the mind games in the Reinhardt versus Reinhardt, I think, are incredibly pivotal in any kind of matchup. We saw that as well in King's Row with Beast Halo doing a very, very good job in a lot of those matches. And I'm wondering if he's going to have the same impact here for Lijiang Tower for them to close this out in the finals against Prestige Worldwide.
Lijiang Tower, best of 5 on the map here, and already he Band from EHarmony saying they're ready to go, locked and loaded, hot off of a big win there. Oh man, I'm maybe regretting that prediction for Prestige Worldwide here. It's not over yet. I mean, Control Point is, it's entirely different. It can cater to a different sort of play style, but in a sense, but I don't know if that's going to be the case, because maybe it just opens up an opportunity for Hui to go over to Doomfist and try to pummel down his threat. So I feel like this could be a blowout from Band for EHarmony. Maybe not. We'll see. As it's going to have to be Prestige Worldwide taking 2 in a row. Otherwise, getting upset here in the finals.
The Addicted on that Tracer once again, as expected, with Red Star doing just the same. Toilet Man bringing out that Pharah Mercy. And it didn't have as much impact as I think they would have wanted before. Horthic bringing out the Reaper at the moment. We'll have to see if this is actually something they're going to stick to or not. I mean, this isn't anything new, I would say, especially here on Night Market, as you can certainly kind of play a counter dive alongside Hui with that D.Va. You know, they can just get onto the point as soon as possible and just kind of play those 2 entry points from main. And if they have to make an adjustment, it just makes Horthick even stronger. But yeah, that is going to be a swap over to the Soldier instead, it looks like, which obviously makes a lot more sense, especially with Horthick just being so good on that 76, and it'll just make it that much easier with Cozy and Hui to be able to deal with Toilet Man and Sky.
All right, round number 1 underway here as we head to Night Market. We'll see if it's going to be another victory for Band from EHarmony, or if we're going to head to Nepal for a game number 3. Could be in for a long one here, depending upon how close these ones actually are. I'm taking a look at Addicted, trying to find a flank. He is going to be spotted out, though, by Yeah. He's going to have a little bit of an advantage in that one with the help of Prodigy as well. So they're just kind of backed all the way off of here, as it looks like Addicted and company going to move on to the point and have potential to be able to come up with this first. Yeah, it looks like Prodigy's just going to be swept off of the point here, and they come through with it with ease.
Now we're seeing Horthick trying to find some extra kills here. Can he find Toilet Man? Mac's going to do it for him, actually, and they get control early. 13% already on the board for these guys, and Beast Halo under fire a little bit, should be able to get saved. Cozy going to get some extra healing off of that as well, as this man is at 65% and climbing.
Looking good already from the side of Band from EHarmony. His Pulse Bomb's out there from Red Start, not going to be able to connect as Addicted wobs his out. I think that got gobbled up by the defense matrix, so he wasn't able to really connect, but they do force him around the side entrance right now. Addicted getting dangerously low. But if they can take care of Yeah in the defense matrix, it might be an opportunity for them to still pressure this out. They still have to deal with the Resurrect, though, from Zergling. Sound barriers out there from both sides here. Or, excuse me, that was just from Taponzo. There's the barrage. It's going to be gobbled up by the defense matrix, but he takes care of him regardless here. Beast Halo in with his Primal Rage. Won't be able to survive the onslaught for too much longer. And I think a flip is in order here for Prestige Worldwide.
Oh, and he gets taken out in the air. Yeah, flip is coming absolutely here. Addicted holding on just to try to contest it for as long as possible. He's going to die off, and now they just have to deal with this last Lucio. They take him out as well. 66% on the board. These guys, as Toilet Man now looking to try to generate his next barrage.
All right, well, even so, 66 up, like you had just mentioned, means a couple of team fights would still have to be won for this side of Band from EHarmony. I don't think one would really seal the deal. Man, maybe it could. No, there would still have to be a couple, because they'd have to take the point back and then win it once again here. So still an opportunity, I think, for the side of Prestige Worldwide to hold on strong, even if they do end up losing in this next fight. But again, Horthick is going to have to find a way to deal with Zergling. And I think that's really going to be up to him or Addicted to make sure they come through with that kill. There's no way at this point they know that he's got the Resurrect readily available right now. Sound barrier to get this fight started from Mac. As there's Horthick coming through the front gate here. He's got the Tactical Visor, but he's being knocked all over the place there by the Winston, so he doesn't really find the pressure that he needed to provide for his team. Cozy now popping a Transcendence in the midst of this fight on the on the point, trying to keep Beast Halo alive, but even so, trades are pretty back and forth here.
Onzor getting out a lot of damage from himself too there, and we're going to be seeing the self-destruct coming through as Zergling pops the res, only gets Yeah up, but that's going to be Yeah taken out again by the self-destruct from Hui. Still though, a lot of healing coming out. It looks like they will be able to sustain a Prestige Worldwide, hanging on to live another day and holding on to this point along with it. 80% on the board for these guys at the moment. Barrage at the ready from Toilet Man as well.
Just honestly, I really haven't been impressed with Horthick and Addicted overall in this round in particular, in terms of actually getting a grip on Toilet Man in the skies here. It feels like he's just been able to do whatever he wants, and as soon as Horthick tries to do something with the Tactical Visor, it's Prodigy in his face with the Primal Rage, and he can't find anything. As I say that, though, he connects with the kill. They're in overtime right now. They need to make sure they get on the point. There's a barrage up top, picks up 2 immediately, Hurix, and that could be all she wrote for this round, as I just don't know if the Pulse Bomb here from Addicted is enough. They use the Resurrect here. They grab 1 for themselves. Cozy with the Transcendence, trying to keep the dream alive, but that overtime will tick down quickly here. A round number 1 victory over to Prestige Worldwide.
Horthick got pretty much denied. I mean, almost taken out of the game. It almost seemed like a 6v5 in a lot of those fights, and not because the man was playing poorly. It's just they completely just eliminated him as a threat. They had, there on the Diva, they had Prodigy there on the Winston, and for all intents and purposes, they were just there to take Horthick out of the fight, and they did a great job of that time and time again. Now with Hui actually going over to this Doomfist, this provides a different type of threat alongside Addicted, where it's going to be a lot more aggressive. You're going to be seeing Zergling and Redstar just get punched around more than likely, as Hui is very, very good at this particular character, and Cozy making the swap as well to Ana. A lot of extra control coming out with this composition, as Graviton's going to come out from Horthick as well, so let's see if this change is going to be enough for them to battle back into this one.
I'm very interested in seeing what Hui's able to do here on Control Center with this Doomfist pick. Something we saw from him before in previous rounds. But we'll see if he's able to make something of it here. He's looking for his mark. Not actually going to go for the high ground on the ledge here to find something. They do demech, early, which is a big pickup for these guys. Maybe going to allow for a little bit of added damage onto from Addicted in the back here. Beast Halo drops though, so that's their main tank out of the mix now. Pulse Bomb missed from Red Star in the back, but it's Toilet Man to the rescue. They mop this up with ease. Should be able to secure the first points here.
Good start here for Prestige Worldwide. I mean, hanging on to their tournament hopes, trying to stay in these finals, trying to win them out, getting control early when they already have that point advantage in this map. Definitely putting them up on the right foot here. Now trying to hold them out a little bit as well. Toilet Man getting close to having this Dragon Blade. He's been so deadly with this before, looking for some damage onto the supports here, and Horthick actually taking some damage himself as well.
Just needs to make sure he's not one shot here by Hui. And Addicted dropping means, oh, and no Red Star. So both Tracers out of the mix, an opportunity for them to move in. If Toilet Man has the support of Zergling by side, it could be big. Here's a Nano Boost. It's out onto Horthick, looking to melt them down here. They do manage to get the D-Mech onto, but it's the Dragon Blade from Toilet Man that picks up both support kills. Vac tried to drop the bait. It wasn't enough to save the day here. Hui still running rampant in the back, but it's just not enough pressure from the one-man army here. 50% now from Prestige.
This is the opportunity that they're looking for to try to get the flip. Horthick with the Graviton Surge into that Space Jam combo. I mean, if there's any point that they're going to get a flip, it's got to be here. There's no support ultimates at all. Zergling and Ponzor both using those in the last fight, so this has to be it. And you can't use everything here. You want to have options for the next fight. You have to have momentum.
Graviton Surge out. Bio Grenade connects on the Red Star here. There's the Meteor Strike. It finds Toilet Man. That's a good pickup for him, but two ultimates for for pretty much the solo kill, and you still lose Beast Halo is not ideal for that situation here. At 80%, like you said, that was pretty much a must flip. Beast Halo, or excuse me, Hui's still running in the back trying to find kills, but Ponzor is juking him around. Actually gets the boop off the map. On the front end of the fight, though, we see Beast Halo coming around, trying to funnel back into the fight here. I just don't see it happening at this point.
That was a really good play by Beast Halo. If there's anybody around him, that would have been an easy flip play. But now it's going to come down to Horthick trying to find the damage to deal with to Ponzor. They do find this kill here, and now have to deal with Red Start. Addicted doing a great job of finding the damage, and they will more than likely get this flip, and they do indeed. Addicted holding onto a Pulse Bomb, and Horthick now 70% towards his next ult. I mean, they could hold on for another fight, but they have to do a lot more than that to take this map.
I think a lot of this is going to, again, have to be off of what Addicted can get done. Can he open up the fight with a pick? Can he find Toilet Man or Zergling, which are going to be the primary targets, I think, for him, in particular with the Pulse Bomb? Maybe even chunk down Prodigy. We'll see what he wants to do with it. He's hiding in the corner now, looking for a victim. But on the front end, though, it looks like Prestige Worldwide playing this very carefully. They want to make sure they check the corners, want to make sure they're not taken down by Addicted's Pulse Bomb to get this one started, or flashbanged out by Hui. They're going to move into this. They're going to use the sound barrier to initiate now. Dragon Blade in the back. Graviton Surge on the other end, though. It's going to find 3, but no follow-up because they're too busy dealing with Toilet Man. They all retreated, but they found the kill here. So maybe that was worth it in the end. Toilet Man couldn't get the support follow-up he needed because of that Graviton Surge.
Oh, Base Halo not able to get the charge off onto that Winston, but Prodigy's still taken down pretty low. They look like they're going to hold on here. Horthick needs to get as much ult charge in between fights as he possibly can, and he's only at 33% here, so not going to have the ability to Graviton Surge the pressure off. if anything bad happens in this next fight. Luckily, again, though, Zergling and Ponzor very low on their ult charge, whereas Mac has that sound barrier available. Beast Halo getting spotted out, not going to be able to put down that Earth Shatter here, but, you know, with the barrier down, maybe can you go for it right here, and does!
We're going to go ahead and use the Boostio here. We'll see what Mac's able to make of it here. It doesn't even matter in the end. I mean, an ultimate, maybe that could have been saved, but, you know, in the end, they won the team fight, and now it's going to be pushed into overtime. So they're looking pretty hot, to say the least, right now. They've got a sound barrier to work with. Zergling and the Pones are on the other end, aren't ready to go, and they find an early pick on the red start. They could win it right here at Yurix. There's the Deadeye out from Hui into a defense matrix. Maybe if he can find a single kill, that's what's going to matter. He gets the Pones, or they D-next as well. There's a pull spawn. That's what you're looking for from Addicted. They make the comeback. They take this second round as soon as they can deal with red start, as he does find a full spawn, but Horthic absorbs that damage, going to be able to get himself some charge, and we're tied up 1-1 on Lijiang Tower.
Man, that was so crazy how back and forth that wound up going. And yeah, we did see the Boostio coming out. I mean, obviously they were aiming for that Zarya. I mean, they didn't need it for the kills, but they wanted it for that extra little bit of ult charge, just to try to get Horthic that extra bit of damage out, so we can get that charge up, so we can get that Graviton rolling for that final fight. But now we're going to be seeing that Soldier 76 swap, and he's going to be trying to deal with Toilet Man in the skies. It worked well for them on Night Market. However, can Horthic and Hui shut him down? Hui traditionally has been on the Diva, and it looks like he's going to make that swap as well.
Such an exciting one here on Lijiang. So we're going to be headed to Garden. Let's see what Beast Halo is going to do back on the Winston now. Into the Farm Mercy, like you had just mentioned. So I'm curious. The Horthic this time, I mean, this is what we saw in the first round on Night Market, and they just couldn't find a way to deal with it. A little bit more open air here on Garden. I think Horthic might be able to find his mark. I think they might be able to find a way to deal with him. Red Start caught. What is he doing over there, man? He's way out of position. Not going to help his team whatsoever. And being down a man, the point's going to unlock in a few seconds, so he should be able to get back, should be able to contest, but they're not going to have the position they really want.
Now Control going over to EHarmony.
Dude, they found Toilet Man. Oh, man. That's... You lose. They lost 2 people, and they essentially lost 2 team fights and the point right away here. What do you even do about it? I don't even know. That's not what you want to team, man.
Well, on top of that, Horthic, I mean, every time that he has Tac Visor, that's scary for Toilet Man. Zergling, luckily, though, is at 73%, getting actually very, very close to having the res available. So if this fight doesn't go their way, which is likely that it will be the case, Horthic finding the kill, though. But never mind all of that.
Yes, he's really stepping up to the plate here, just in the last minute of this round in particular. That's what you want to see. His presence, again, I've got to say, it really wasn't made known on Night Market. I think a lot of that was just great play from Prodigy, kind of eliminating him as a threat, but in the more open area, once he's got himself going a little bit, I've really enjoyed what I've seen from him. Now they're already at 50%, looking like an entirely different team, as you know, compared to the previous 2 rounds. But there's a pulse bomb out from Red Star in the back. Not going to be able to connect, but they still grab Cozy and Horthic, who are holding onto their ultimates. So maybe you want to see those drop at some point here. A sound barrier from Deponzor. I don't know about that one, but still, maybe an opportunity to come back into this one. They pop a sound barrier of their own. They picked up 2 kills. Self-destruct on the ledge there. Doesn't grab any kills, but they're going to try to push this into overtime.
Yeah, we'll have to see if Cozy can get on the point himself with that ultimate that he has, Transcendence, getting ready. They're actually doing a good job to find these kills, regardless of the fact that it was so much in favor of Prestige Worldwide. But again, I mean, they just clamored at the at the point. I mean, there's no way for them to try to take this away. I mean, there's no way at this point EHarmony is letting this one go. They are taking this final. They are not backing down at all. These guys are incredible right now in these finals.
And this is going to be pushed into overtime. Deponzor will be able to touch this self-destruct initiation. Kind of forced out there. Not what I want to see from you, but Tactical Visor now from Horthic finds one. They've got the support of Cozy. Thankfully, didn't drop it last time. Look in the back. Beast Halo finds Red Star. He's denying anybody getting on the point. Realizes Toilet Man is a threat. Picks up a triple. Is it enough, though, to save the day? I just don't think so here. Man, he went hard there with the Dragon Blade, but now it's a Primal Rage. Jumping off the point. gonna buy themselves a little bit of time here, but Hui has a reset coming back into this with a self-destruct and maybe an opportunity for Prestige Worldwide to grab this. They've got the numbers.
Certainly possible. I mean, we're going to be seeing Addicted coming through. Oh, not coming through at all as he falls off the map there. And now more than likely to see this flip happening. Taponzor getting chased off the point, though. Proggy will take Hui out of mech, but that's just going to pop that self-destruct. They don't find anything with it, though, other than the flip coming out for Prestige Worldwide. I mean, I want to go back, though. I mean, how did Toilet Man not die to Horthic? He meleeed the man when he was at 1 HP. And it wasn't a kill. I mean, it didn't even connect. I don't know what happened there.
Big plays from Toilet Man, saving the day, giving them the sustain they really needed. I mean, without that triple kill, that was game over. It really was. And Prodigy having the Primal Rage, so some key components there to securing that one. Pulse Bomb out, though. It starts to fight off with the kill. Addicted. His coming up clutch. When it's not Horthic, it's Addicted. When it's not Addicted, man, it's Beast Halo. They have so many threats from these guys. You really just can't contain them all. They've got numbers here on the point, and not a whole lot really down the pipeline now for Prestige Worldwide. Toilet Man was coming up on a Dragon Blade, but not there in time. They jump onto the point. Ponzor coming up on a sound barrier. Can he keep himself alive in time? I just don't know if that's going to happen. A Primal Rage is popped from Beast Halo, and I think they've secured it. As I say that, they continuously funnel onto the point. Red Star finds himself with a pick. As a Dragon Blade's out for Toilet Man. Can he do it again? I just don't see it happening into a Transcendence. He's forced off the side. Another contest from Prodigy, who's coming up on a Primal Rage, not able to get it in time. This overtime bar is going to tick down so quickly, but the Yorks, they pop a sound barrier. They're somehow funneling back into this.
And they're just still holding on. Taponzor taking down pretty low. Horthic now trying to get some work done with this tack visor, looking for some. Oh, the Zenyatta just falls off.
No! Oh, he fell off the map. I think they could have maybe saved the day. We said the dot in chat. Oh my god. Oh man, that's embarrassing, dude. What do you do? I mean,
God.
Who knows? Maybe that could have saved the day, but finally, after probably one of the longest overtimes I've seen in a while, it will be banned from eHarmony, taking that round and one round away from taking the tournament here.
Man, Zergling, what happened, man? What happened?
That's what I'm wondering.
Oh, he said exactly. Can he hear me? I said what happened. He just said it. Can he hear me? Hello? Hello? 2-1 though. Advantage, of course, for banned from eHarmony. Great set from them there. Turning back from Night Market, which was very scary. I mean, Prestige Worldwide looked really, really good. But now, once again, having an opportunity here on Night Market, try to have that same effect. Can they tie it up on this map once again? Or with Hui making the change himself over to that Fair Mercy be the change that they need to actually take this one right here and make it 3-1, taking the set 2-0.
Okay, all cards on the table. Farah here, as finally we get to see some of this from Hui and Cozy. I've been waiting for it all day long, man. This is very fun to watch from Hui, so we'll see. As they do actually open it up with a kill or two for themselves. Beast Halo now out of the mix, and gotta wonder what happened there in the first fight. Not what you want to see from Prestige Worldwide. Or excuse me, from the other end. Man, I'm all over the place. What do you want to see from banned from eHarmony? It's late, dude. It's late.
So again, yeah, not a great start. Night Market obviously looking quite good for Prestige Worldwide. And now Sightline certainly looking nice for Toilet Man here to try to generate this barrage up. Already sitting at 70%. Has an opportunity to shut Mac down right here and will do just that.
And I don't even know if they're able to make a push on this. I think they're going to try to contest to see if they can find a kill, but Horthic gets booped off the map here, and yeah, I think he just let that one go. So Prestige Worldwide, I don't know, man. They might be able to already take the second or fourth round off of these guys. I mean, I'm curious, what is banned from eHarmony doing right now? The last couple of fights have, it feels like the previous round here, because this is exactly what Prestige Worldwide did when they lost two guys to get the fight started, and they couldn't really find anything for themselves. So banned from eHarmony really put themselves in a hole here.
But Barrage at the ready for Hui. Cozy ready to go with the Resurrect, and you'll see the same thing on the other side of the board. But this is their opportunity to make something happen. 60%. This is still well within the realm of possibility to take this game. And now, oh, Hui not in a good spot. Has to come out of that one.
Still, they have a barrage from both ends here. Sound barrier coming out from Tapone's Zor, so maybe gonna hold on to that one from Hui and Addicted for the time being. They pop a Primal Rage, trying to knock him off the map if they can here. Still, no kills coming through from either side. There's a barrage from Hui looking for something, picks up one, and still keeps himself alive. As I say that, Toilet Man grabs it, kill for himself. Cozy pops the res. Both teams with the Resurrects to bring himself up. Barrage on the end, though, from Toilet Man as he gets taken down. Numbers are in favor of Ban from EHarmony as a self-destruct. Grabs Zergling. I think this is, regardless, going to go into overtime here.
Now we're going to be seeing... Yeah, it's definitely going to go into overtime, but I believe that we're going to be seeing Ban from EHarmony take this, and that is going to be the case. 99%. They're going to be hard-pressed to hold this one out. Mac, though, is sitting on a sound barrier, so they do have that available, and that's going to definitely help them as Beast Halo getting up into position. Oh, he's going to get pulse bombed, but not going to take too much damage at all.
Addicted really needs to step it up here. He really was an impact player in that previous round, and a big reason as to why he's actually running all over the map right now. They're chasing him down. He is in the back. Look at him. He's all the way back there somehow. Jukin and Jivin finally going to be taken down. They really wanted to pressure down that kill. And the fact that Ban from EHarmony didn't grab a kill in the midst of that is not impressive, to say the least. You would have liked to see that, especially with so much focus fire going on to Addicted.
Oh, no knockoff for Hui, who was looking for it there. Diva going to be blocking out a lot of that rocket pressure. Barrage at the ready here. Toilet Man coming close to having one of his own. Barrier is down. Barrage comes down as well. Prodigy trying to mitigate some of that pressure, and Hui takes the barrage to his own face.
But Cozy gets two back up, and that's a big resurrect. Gives them the advantage they need. The numbers they needed right now, and a couple just going to jump off the map. They actually get the kill credit, which is pretty big, I'd have to say now. And Hurix, it's just like that. It's coming down to one final fight. If we see Ban from EHarmony take this next fight, they will be the champions of the tournament.
Really, really like Hui at the end there, really coming together. Beast Halo has to make a play here with the Primal Rage. Can he do it in the clutch right now just to close this out, make sure that they can take this round? Zergling going to be beaten down in the air.
Addicted, though, was taken down early on. We'll see if he's able to make his way back into the point. It's pretty even trades all around here. Like you said, Zergling has a resurrect coming off of a respawn here. It's back and forth, but no, Prestige Worldwide have the numbers. Cozy isn't even close to a resurrect. They should be able to get the flip here. Pulse Bomb's out there. Addicted misses that one. Primal Rage on the point, trying to hold him off from Proji. Self-destruct out. Trying to knock him around, but a resurrect comes through from Zergling. I think they've got this. A barrage on the side from Hui. Doesn't find anything. Horthic trying to contest as best he can, along with Addicted making his way back in here with Beast Halo. Cozy has a resurrect in just a second. If he can keep himself alive, Hurix, is he going to bring back Hui? No, not going to be the case. He gets taken down with it. Oh, no, that's unfortunate, Hurix.
Yeah, and Hui nowhere in sight at the moment coming off of that respawn. Mac going to be eliminated as well. Overtime going to tick down, and that will be 2-2, sending us to a game number 5. This time, very, very close here on Night Market. But the other maps certainly looked a lot more in favor of Ban from EHarmony. And now the onus, of course, is on Prestige Worldwide to take this, to keep their hopes alive. Here on Garden, though, it's going to be tough as Horthic looked so good on 76 here. Of course, aided by Hui and Beast Halo a lot. I mean, enabled completely to just have all that space to shoot and to do the same thing here. Or will Toilet Man come through with Red Star and shut this man down so they can make their way into a game 3?
Oh, man, dude. This is about as close as it gets. Are we going to game 3, or is this going to be Ban from EHarmony taking a 2-0 finals, despite it being nail-biting close, to be honest here? So, they did really well on Garden last time around. They got off to a hot start, got themselves up 99% to 0, I think, before that point flipped, I believe. But we'll see if they're able to do it once again here. Cozy under a lot of pressure in the back line will get to safety, but Horthic on the 76 as opposed to Toilet Man on that Pharah this time around. That's the point. I mean, no one's really pulling the trigger here. Pulse Bomb's out there from Red Start, finds Beast Halo. That's what you're looking for to get things underway.
Really, really good start here for Prestige Worldwide, but they lost Prodigy. Zergling close to having that res, and Dildo not going to need it, but will be able to have it for that next fight as they do get early control here. Really good job from them to secure this first, as of course they have to win this round to take the map, push themselves into a map number 3.
All right, well, they do have a pulse bomb. I mean, Resurrect already good to go from Zergling. You're going to have to see some focus fire down from Horthic or Addicted, maybe even toss in some from Hui. We'll see if that's the case here, but Horthic going down early on. And again, just being picked apart here. Prestige Worldwide, they have their eyes set on a Nepal map here, and I think they should be able to get it if they can keep up with this right now. A lot of ultimates in the pipeline here for both teams, so things can go either way. But again, gotta find a way to deal with that Mercy beforehand.
They have a lot of ults, almost 6 stacked up here for Prestige Worldwide, as they're sitting now at 43%. You know, on the other side of things, Horthic and Beast Halo getting close to theirs as well to have a 6 stack, so this is going to be an absolute bloodbath. Ooh, can't even talk anymore, it's getting so late.
Boy, do you actually see a pulse bomb out there onto Hui? Connects for a lot of damage, should be forced to use his self-destruct. No, he actually doesn't even get back into the mech there. That's rough. And man, what are we watching right now? I mean, it feels like there's an on and off switch for banned from EHarmony, and at times it feels like it's been off quite a few of these rounds here. You know, giving up a couple of them, potentially a 5th one now. 25% to go here for Prestige Worldwide. A single team fight will do it, but they're going to have to worry about that tactical visor for Horthic.
Now they're coming in. They have to make a play here. 85%. A lot of options here. Toilet Man, Zergling both holding onto their ults. Prodigy just starting to toss people around, trying to shut down Horthic, and he did a great job of it there. Not only that, but taking out Mac in the process. This is definitely looking like Prestige Worldwide is going to clutch out Lijiang Tower.
Wow. Beast Halo's here, but I just don't see it happening. Yeah, Pulse Bomb Barrage is out, and that will more than likely do it. I don't think Mac's going to be able to hold on too much longer. It's going to be a late one. Cozy with the LOL. And that will certainly guarantee, as I say that, waiting for them to continue to contest this one. Beast Halo probably not going to be able to get back in there in time. As I say that, I think he might actually, yeah, he does touch it once again here. Maybe a dream scenario here, as Cozy does have a Transcendence. He is going to come back on the point and hold off a little bit longer. I don't see it happening.
They're trying anything. I mean, we've seen situations where teams have come through and actually held things like this long and been able to actually steal it away, but this is not looking like it's going to be one of those cases. And oh man, every single time.
Oh my goodness, Pulse Bomb out there on the Beast Halo. Mac is still skipping around on the Lucio. Finally it goes down, and we're headed to a game 3. It's going to be a long night here.
Oh man, it is going to be a long night indeed. And it's not even really like super long wait times and stuff like that like it typically is. I mean, we did have one instance where it was a little bit longer of a wait, but not more than usual, I would say. It's just been this series alone has just been insanely close. I mean, the battle has been ridiculous.
Wow. Big place from Hui. Got a 12-hour drive tomorrow. Come on. Hopefully they can keep this next to Paul. Honestly, I'm tempted to make control point maps best of Reason AG from here on out, to be honest. But then if I did that, I mean, it wouldn't have been a win there for Prestige Worldwide. It would have been a 2-0 for banned from EHarmony. So it's kind of tough to say the least.
Well, I mean, even then, that kind of sparks in a little bit of a debate. I mean, if EHarmony took the best of 3, I mean, they definitely deserved the best of 3.
True.
So it's hard to say. It's hard to make that decision, you know.
Well, Hui did the bathroom, but we can pause it once we're in game here.
Traveling to Nepal.
Let the timer go down a few here as we are headed to Village. Guys, this is the final map of the night. A reminder in Twitch chat to help out at prize pool tonight. Just using the coupon codes !Matcherino in Twitch chat, guys. Be sure to do that, as this is going to be the final chance of the evening here. Hurix, still going with Prestige Worldwide to grab this?
Man, that's so tough. I'm going to stick with Prestige Worldwide. I think it's going to be kind of an upset. I feel like banned from EHarmony really does deserve this with the level of play that we've been seeing here. It's just been clutch plays time and time again outside of Lijiang Tower that we just saw in those last two maps. But I'm going to go with Prestige Worldwide. I think they have a lot of momentum here. I think they're heated up. I think they look good on King of the Hill, and I think they'll be able to pull this one out. I think Sanctum might be a little scary, but we'll have to see how they play that one. Other than that, I think that it should be a fun map for sure.
Well, currently Addicted sitting on the May, something, so is Toilet Man, but they've got 20 seconds to change it up. Hui is currently in the restroom, so hopefully he's back in just a moment. As a long set, like you had mentioned, we've had quite a few long sets, a lot of control point tonight, and usually I'd say that's my favorite heroics, but they go a long time. So best, oh, it looks like they're good. They go. The only reason control point's no longer my favorite is because how long they really can be. And that oftentimes, upwards 20, 25 minutes for a single map. But we'll see what they want to bring to the table. Perfect opportunity for Toilet Man to maybe break out that Far Mercy again, and it looks like that could be the case.
Now Toilet Man, again, has to make some plays here, and will make the Genji swap in order to do that. Red Start coming forward, trying to get some pressure off onto Addicted, landing a lot of damage, forcing out the recall.
Looks like he dives straight into the back. Beast Halo the first to drop, able to just dodge right back out of that with the Swift Strike. A lot of pressure being put down onto him with that Discord Orb, of course. Now they're just going to follow through with these ones here. And I just don't see them being able to contest this. Losing Beast Halo so early on. He's going to come back into the mix, but Mac was also taken down, which really hinders that ability. So a strong start thanks to Toilet Man opening up with that first kill.
Now early control. Prestige Worldwide looking to hold out. This is really good for them because with Soldier in play, they never want to relinquish control at all to allow him spacing to get that damage out.
Ooh, Red Star finds the pulse bomb as Horthic caught in the splash. Actually, no, it was a Lucio maybe caught in the splash of that one. And again, cleanup for these guys. So,
pause.
It really looks like there's an on and off switch for both of these teams here. I mean, it feels like one round it's a complete blowout. I feel like a lot of these rounds haven't even been close throughout most of it until like the very end. So hopefully Toilet Man's gonna be okay. Sitting at 82% on that Dragon Blade here, but
yeah, flopping sides or on the point at like 80+%, and then getting up there as well on the other team. It's just been, like you said, kind of just like a switch. It just goes from one team to the other, and it hasn't been a real tough contest throughout, like back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But nonetheless, Prestige Worldwide right now battling their way back in. They were down 0-1 in the set, then down 2-1 in the last map there on Lijiang Tower, and already have control here to start things off as Toilet Man unfortunately had some internet trouble, so hopefully this isn't a bad omen of things to come, because that would be incredibly disappointing to see them come back from this deficit and somehow make their way back in, and now looking to be on top after being at tournament point.
Well, he does have a few minutes, give about 5 minutes allotted here to him to try to figure things out with his internet here, as don't give too much time for these sorts of things. But I don't know, what are your thoughts on potential? I guess someone had brought it up in the past a few weeks ago, and I kind of forgot about it, and then someone brought it up again tonight. What are your thoughts on moving these to best of 3 control point maps? Because the way I see it is, it's done in Apex, but that's because the set is a best of 5. It's done in Contenders, but I feel like that's because it's also a 4-game set. Yep. And Blizzard says, quote unquote, that a best of 3 is less random than a best of 5, even though the third map is still random. Doesn't make any sense, but what are your thoughts on that?
It's
for
tough
AG
to say.
in particular.
It's tough to say. I mean, for AG in particular, for the most part, we want to make sure that everybody can actually get these games in and get to their matches and everything like that. So to me personally, I feel like best of 3 makes the most sense, because you still get, the cost maps in, but they are expedited. They are a little bit quicker. We can get to the finals quicker. We can get to the action that people want to get to without getting into the area where we're at right now, where, you know, a lot of people are going to be sleeping or wanting to be sleeping because it's already 1 a.m. in the Eastern time zone. So I'm thinking that best of 3 probably makes a little bit more sense going forward. For me personally, obviously playing is a little bit different because they want the most fair battle, and best of 5 typically provides that.
That's the big thing. It's the time. The time on so he's, I thought he had like actual internet problems. He's negotiating a deal with his parents. Okay, so he's got those sorts of, and that's another issue as well. You know, some of these people,
and that's exactly it. Yeah, he can't,
exactly.
He can't even play.
The thing is, as well, here, I mean, we're talking about school's starting soon. College is starting back up, and you know, this is a weeknight tournament. It's on a Monday evening, and I know in the past that there have been people who've been like, oh, you know, I've had to go, you know, people have had to go to classes early in the morning, and you know, it's all about time. You know, if we started 2 hours earlier, which I would, you know, but you know, then a lot of Pacific people won't be able to play. So, you know, there's a couple of different things on it, but yeah, it says the cons of having children on your team.
Oh man. Okay, he's ready, so it looks like we're good to go. But yeah, I think that alone pretty much settles it, right? I mean, Toilet Man can't even play in the rest of this tournament, or has to basically like fight his parents to be able to get the playtime in. Maybe that's the answer that we were looking for.
All right, guys. Well, for those of you just joining us, round 1 of the final map of the evening is both teams tied up 1-1 here. There's some pretty close first couple of games, and a reminder that, you know, Prestige Worldwide is 7-0 in the Overwatch Open, and banned from EHarmony coming up with a couple of big roster changes over the last couple of weeks. Here's Prodigy going to be dropped early on. Good momentum shift, I think, and I think that's pretty big. That a lot of momentum has kind of been drained now, I'd have to say, from Prestige Worldwide, but I think they pulled it back, as I say that, with Toilet Man's Dragon Blade finding a couple for himself, and Horthic not really getting a whole lot from his tactical visor. It feels like Prestige Worldwide have pulled this back.
Really good stuff from Prestige Worldwide. I mean, looking back 15 minutes ago, we were staring down the barrel of Prestige Worldwide going home. I mean, for what it's, you know, obviously they're all home all right now, but but you know, they were down. I mean, 2-1. It was looking like they were just going to be done, but now not only are they back on top, but they are looking very formidable in doing so. Zergling now under pressure. Sound Barrier might be required to keep him alive, and they're going to pull it out.
East Halo, I mean, they're already in a rough spot, losing Mac and Addicted so early on. Addicted, you know, I'm going to say I've loved what I've seen from his play today, but it feels like as a collective unit, him and the rest of the team have been real hit or miss for what they've been able to do there. And Addicted haven't felt his presence as much, or even at all, really, in this game compared to the outstanding performances he had in previous rounds here. He's still on the point trying to get something done, but this is looking like a 100-0 round coming out here. The first one in all 6 that we've had here, Hurix, as a pretty clean game across the board from Prestige.
Yeah, I mean, Addicted went from being that huge threat, that flanker that comes around the side, tears up your backline, and then goes over to your tanks and says, yeah, you're going to go night-night too. And then just throws the pulse bomb out, gets doubles almost every time, to someone who we just haven't been able to see on the board all too often, someone who has been quite quiet on this front so far, I would say. I mean, now we're going to be seeing an interesting change. I think we have seen some Junkrat play, actually. I think we saw it last week, if I'm not mistaken. With Junkrat here on Sanctum, it looks like Prestige Worldwide might be pulling that one out themselves, and that will be the case. They're pulling it out.
Should be a fun one. Toilet Man and company trying to keep their opponents on their toes right now, as Hui and the rest of the squad just going to stick with their normal guns right now, stick to what worked in the past here, as they actually did head to Nepal earlier in the tournament and actually took it quite handily. So we'll see if it's going to be the case once again as we head to Sanctum. Looking for a lot of damage. That's what that Junkrat really provides. A lot of damage over that Reinhardt shield, or even into the Reinhardt shield, making him kind of useless in some sense. But they're going to move on to the point, looking for a bit of a presence now. As we see Prodigy diving in. Beast Halo in the back, finds the kill. He just swings the hammer onto the Ponzor, eliminates him with ease.
And now Beast Halo going to be taken down by Junkrat. And Toilet Man looking to try to find some damage onto Hui, who's trying to basically kind of counter him out, shut him down a little bit. And it's going to be Horthic, or sorry, going to be Red Start rather, helping him out, making sure that he lends some support over to this Junkrat. That's really, really good play from them. However, not going to be enough as EHarmony are able to take the point. Now sitting at 20%. Toilet Man looking for that tire to try to see if he can find a pick, but so far has been shut down.
It's going to be rough for him to actually find a pick here. There's a lot of space to be able to kind of see that coming. It really depends on how many people are on the point and the positioning overall, I'd have to say, from EHarmony here. But Graviton Surge out here from Hui. They've got a Tactical Visor on the other side, though, from Red Star, who finds one for himself. So Addicted isn't able to connect. There's the Rip Tire. Mac gonna feel the full effect of that one. And I think Prestige Worldwide now, Beast Halo charges off the map. And that will be 47% put up. Decent, to say the least, given they didn't really use a whole lot from the side of EHarmony.
And they're still sticking to this Junkrat. I mean, obviously that Riptire did a lot of work there. Will shut Mac down, but now they have to hold up close to try to get as much value out of the fact that they have control at the moment. But now Beast Halo getting onto the point, has that ability to go for that Earth Shatter. They're just going to charge each other. Ooh, the boom coming out.
Oh, man. Second. Oh, that's unfortunate for him. He was so close to being able to stay on, but a great play from Taponzor keeps him alive. Oh man, another one comes through, and I think Prestige hold on to this. They take the lead now, and going to be sitting on a few pretty pivotal ultimates for themselves. We'll see what they're able to make of it. Horthic needs to come up big with the Tactical Visor because he's not going to have Addicted to rely on with a Pulse Bomb here.
The Prestige Worldwide basically going to be relying on this Graviton, trying to see if they can get some work into it. I mean, they have damage that they can throw into it, but D.Va should be able to take some of that pressure away, and they definitely want to make sure that they actually get the Graviton down at the very least. Horthic going ahead. They have a nice sound barrier going out. Can they find the kills?
See the Graviton Surge coming through there from, yeah, they have them collectively in the same place, but not going to have any follow-up there because Red Start was too busy dealing with Horthic on the side. He's now trying to deal with both a Tracer and Ana. He needs some help over here. Going to pop the Tactical Visor now for himself to make sure he can hold them off here. Looking for a D.Va and a Reinhardt on the point now. He comes around the corner. Red Start finds a pick for himself. Nano Boost on the point there from Cozy. Went into Hui as they're trying to take this back. 90% in counting here, because I don't know if they're going to have the numbers to do it.
Now Ponzor trying to hang on. He was a skater boy, and now he's just going to try to take Mac off. Looks like they're going to hang on. They're going to take this.
I think they are. Toilet Man now over to the Doomfist as well. Addicted contest boot. Oh, Beast Halo booped again to Ponzor. Coming up big for his team. There's a sleep dart from downtown from Zergling. Lays Addicted flat. Ensures they can't get back to the point. Prestige Worldwide 1 round away from taking the tournament after a big comeback here.
What a way to turn things back around. Again, I mean, we were looking... It was definitely looking like Prestige Worldwide was going to get taken out, and we were sitting here... I mean, I even remember thinking to myself, can I change what I said before? Can I just go back on that? And then, you know, as soon as they started getting onto Lijiang Tower, they found... You know, that round initially started looking better in the third and fourth, or rather fourth and fifth. But, you know, what it comes down to right now is that they have a lot of momentum. They're feeling good about it. Ponzor is playing out of his mind. Red Start with a couple of really good plays, and Toilet Man has been clutch beyond belief. Now it's just come down to this tournament point for Prestige Worldwide. We've seen it before on the other side, and we saw a comeback. And the sweep happened on the other, the other way around.
EHarmony is going to have to get off to a strong start if they want to be able to do that right now. I'm not sure if that's going to happen, though. Horthic now to the Genji, Hui over to the 76. A change-up we really haven't seen from these guys in this series here, so we'll see if that's going to make the difference they need to get something going here. But they've got to get a grip on Toilet Man and Red Start to get things started. But right away, dropping bodies like flies here, and this is what they needed. They can get off to a strong start here on Shrine. Could be a window of opportunity for them to try to find a reverse sweep in this map.
Wouldn't it be so insane to just see this completely go back in the other direction? Go back to a map 5 here.
That would be nuts. I just don't know if that's going to happen, though.
It would be very tough. I mean, Toilet Man already sitting on a blade here. We are seeing Mac ready to go with Sound Barrier. Could deny some of that pressure. Cozy coming up with the Transcendence. If they outlast this long enough, but the blade coming out, already putting the pressure down. Sound Barrier, deflect forced out as well. They're going to find this kill.
And clean up with ease now. I mean, a Dragon Blade came out from Toilet Man. They didn't find anything off of it here. A good Sound Barrier from Mac kept them alive through what would have been with that one. Now he makes a change over to 76. Just isn't seeing it really happening with the Genji here. So 40% on the board after 2 team fights and still holding on to some big ultimates. Could be a bloodbath in this next one, though.
Hui hanging on. I mean, they have 4 ultimates here, 2 of them offensive, and that is actually going to be Red Start tossing out the pulse bomb. Addicted trying to come back here, has his pulse bomb at the ready as well, wants to make a play, looking for an opportunity.
Attack visor on this end, though. It's going to be Hui looking for something into this. The Sound Barrier comes out from Depone, where I think they've got the numbers now with 2 out of the picture. There's not a whole lot really left for EHarmony to be able to maintain control of this. They can try to, reap in some of those points as long as they can with a couple of those guys remaining. But 71% put up on the board, and this is Prestige Worldwide's game to lose at this point here, because they don't have anything, though, coming up other than a tactical visor. And if Addicted can find a strong pulse bomb here, if he can open things up with one, that could be good for him. They are going to spot him out up on that high ground, though. We'll see what kind of approach they want to make here.
Toilet Man looking to try to get that tack visor up so he can try to shut down Horthic. I mean, Addicted has been quiet yet again here. Hasn't been that same aggressive Tracer player that we've been seeing. Still able to shut down Zergling, so both Zenyatta's off the board, and now a DPS gone from each team as well.
Pretty back and forth here. Red Star has a pulse bomb, recalls to safety here. If he can find his stick, that would be big. Hits the wall, not going to grab anything. On the other end, though, Addicted manages to get the D-Mech, and that's going to kind of allow for Hui to free fire here on the 76. Doesn't have to worry about that defense matrix. Sound Barrier popped as well from Mac to ensure that they can pull this back in their favor, but they're going to continue to funnel into this one. Toilet Man actually going to back off of this along with Zergling. Look for a regroup. They got up to 59%, which is solid, but they're going to have to find a win in this next fight if they don't want to give up this round.
Cozy sitting here with the Transcendence. Hungry to press that Q button this time around, man. 84% for these guys. This could very well be the fight to determine who takes this point. And maybe they're one step closer to making a rebound, but they need to win this here. Both DPS ults at the ready. Ponzor going to start things off very early on with the Sound Barrier. They need to kite this one out if they can.
That's rough that they actually used it so early there, because they have to go into a Dragon Blade and that Tactical Visor, which Dragon Blade's on the table but doesn't grab anything. He doesn't even force out the ultimate from Zergling. There's Zergling going to pop his Tactical Visor on the edge. Hui not going to find the line of sight he really wants with that ultimate at that time here, because he was kind of backed off from this. They get the flip mid-fight as well, which is big. Pulse bomb out. Cozy narrowly avoids that one from Red Start. That would have been big for them to be able to secure this map, but still plenty of time for both teams to get back into this one. Beast Halo pop in his Primal Rage, trying to hold off as best they can, but they're just giving up points continuously here. It's going to come down into overtime, I think, for both these teams to see who takes it.
Prodigy down pretty low here, looking for some healing. They might just back up and try to look for a regroup. Addicted again. Wyatt, as he's holding onto that pulse bomb. We haven't seen that same playmaking capability as we had before. Cozy once again ready to go with another Sound Barrier, with a Transcendence as Orthic falls early, just trying to contest
so does
it.
Beast Halo. I think that's it, man. Cozy not there with the Transcendence. They got a little too aggressive. They didn't have the communication I think they needed to get everybody onto the point in time, as it was going to tick down anyways. Overtime is here, and Prestige Worldwide will be your AG number 65 champions. A 3-0 on the Paul. Holy crap, what a series from these guys as they take their first AG in quite some time.
I'm completely impressed by their ability to maintain composure and hold on. Red Start really took the show away from Addicted quite a bit there, and again, it's just so crazy to see how Addicted went from just that playmaker that we saw to just getting completely trounced. I mean, he was so quiet in this series, I think, as compared to what we saw in the last few, where he was just all over the place. I mean, we were saying Addicted, Addicted, Addicted. I remember on King's Row when we saw them in the first series, I said, I wish I was watching Addicted more because this man is all over the place, throwing down pulse bombs, getting so much value, so much impact out of his role and out of those ultimates in particular. And then all of a sudden, nothing.
All right. Well, that's going to wrap up tonight's tournament, guys. We're going to sign off quickly here. Congratulations.